Sorry. Last time I started the stream, everything, like literally everything crashed. Literally everything. Not only OBS, but also Microsoft Windows, my browser, my game, everything crashed. Like everything just froze. I only hear the music of the Honkai Star Rail in the background. I have a box that lifted, but the box didn't work. Anyway, everything froze, and I was also busy. Like, I was watching TikTok, like I do every day, and I saw a video about a guy who was talking about how he asked MAGA about examples of countries that thrive under Trump-like policies, and their number one country was my country, and I was like, what the fuck? Like, this shows how uneducated Americans are about the entire world outside of America. Because my country doesn't have Trump-like policies. Like, not in the way they think. Like, the only thing I could think of that they were trying to justify their choice of a country was poor abortion laws and no pro-LGBT protections. Because my country doesn't have any anti-hate laws. We also don't have gay marriage. We don't have any laws that allow people of the same sex who are in a relationship to get, for example, if one of them dies, to get the inheritance. And also, they can't adopt the kids. But it's not because there exist laws that prohibit this. No, it's because such laws that allow this or disallow this don't exist. And when it comes to abortion, like there were huge protests in Poland. We lived with the so-called abortion compromise for ages, and the abortion compromise was stupid, and people want more more liberating abortion laws. But also we can't have it because the current government, despite being more progressive than the alt-right, like the right-wing the parliament we had before, they can't agree on any project in regard to abortion because the new government is basically made of liberals that are the biggest party, centrists, and leftists. And leftists in this design are the smallest of them, and the only one that has ideas that women want. So every time the leftists propose a project, the centrists are trying to kill it. So it's like super annoying. So I saw a guy who from the name, I could guess they're from the same country as me. And that person was writing that the previous government, the right wing, was a social democratic. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? There is a difference between truly social democratic government and an authoritarian right-wing government that uses social policies to steal votes. Like, this was basically what the previous government was doing. They were taking all those bright ideas from the right-wing countries, especially from Russia, despite hating Russia very much. They were taking all those ideas that also Russia was implementing and trying to implement them here, while at the same time hating on Russia, because everyone here hates Russia, even right-wingers. What are you saying? So yeah, they were implementing those backwards ideas, but at the same time, they were using some social incentives, like giving people money for having babies, to literally convince people to vote for them, because a lot of people are simply poor and they want to live. So they were like, okay, they gave me money, I probably should vote for them, even if that party never ever will address the core of the issue, why they are poor. I won't try to fix the system. They were giving them money because they wanted gullible idiots to vote for them. Gullible idiots who don't have any other choice because they need money to survive. This is not social democratism. This is authoritarianism. I got pissed and I was like angry typing while my computer was dying. The game just crashed. What's wrong? I don't even have many stuff open. I have only browser, OBS, and Magic Mirror. Like, what is happening to my machine? Should I go to someone with it? Anyway, I got angry, and when I was typing, computer was literally freezing and dying. So I had to restart the screen. But now when I think about it, it was very clear to me that the person who wrote that the previous government in my country was social democratic was, for sure, just some white guy. Like, our country is majorly white, so obviously he was white. But only a guy could write something like this here. Because I noticed that a lot of men in my country live in that illusion of a world that doesn't exist. It exists for them because it doesn't touch them, but it doesn't exist for me. Like, they only could say that they live in the same reality as me if, for example, suddenly our country forbade them to do vasectomies, and they had to be treated as, as pieces of shit for wanking, because they are killing the babies. That would be when they finally would feel like I do. Why internet is now dying though? Hey! What is wrong with this game? So yeah, only a guy could say that the right-wing political party that hates minorities and tried to control women in order to force more babies to be born is social democratic. That's not social democratic. That's not even a democracy. And also say that the party was painted as breaking human rights by Western media. Are you living in delusions? Like, didn't you see that party literally insulting every minority in TV live? Like, I saw it. I was there. I saw them insulting not only me as a queer person, but also insulting my family, which is not queer. Like, basically, that right-wing party has this weird idea that the only real families are man, woman, and a kid. So, by default, my family doesn't apply because my family doesn't have a man in it. Like, there is only, like, my mother and me. So, by default, my family is considered by the party as a lesser family or not a family at all because there is no man in it. He also, the leader of that party, insulted women by implying that they're drinking a lot of alcohol, and that's why they get pregnant so much. Not because our country has the poorest access to contraceptives in the entire Europe. And to be clear, the poor access is not that we don't have any contraceptives. We have access to some types, and they are basically in every store you go. But when it comes to the European level of access, we don't have access to all types, and most of the types are in some way obstructed by our system, so you have to go to the doctor or have prescription or something. There are some barriers to get those other types of contraceptives, which leaves you only with like a limited amount of contraceptives, like, you know, the most common ones, and they are not 100% successful. So when you have only access to a few from like 20 types plus, and most of them are not even 100% successful, then you have really poor access to contraceptives by the European standard. Because your country should have access to all of the types, and most of them should be accessible without prescription or going to a doctor. Only a few types should include doctor's assistance, because some of them you can't do this on your own. Or shouldn't do this on your own for your own safety. But most of them are like completely fine to do on your own. And that, in conjunction with the fact that women in my country can't tie their tubes, it's illegal. because it's considered a mutilation. You have to have a valid medical reason to tie your tubes, like for example heart disease. Otherwise you don't have access to it. Meanwhile, vasectomy for men is successful. Also, a woman can't remove her womb, also without a medical reason, even if she wants. Because it's also considered mutilation. Which, by definition, the laws of Poland kind of see a woman as a walking baby machine. But at least when it comes to education, education is free, universities are free, healthcare is free, though the queues are very long, depending on the doctor and the service you need. Like for example, if you needed a colonoscopy, it could take you like 6 months to wait in a queue, or even more, like a year. So a lot of people just go privately, wasting money, you know. But even when you waste money, it's still cheaper than in America. Way cheaper than in America. And education is free. You can go to university without paying anything. You only pay like for your ID. That's all. And every kid in our country is considered to have a right to public education, so parents can't just withdraw a kid from school and homeschool them. I'm not sure, but I think it's to some extent illegal and considered child abuse. This game is really laggy. Wait, I think I forgot to post the message. Because I started talking and I got invested in what I was about. Yeah, I didn't post it. Jesus Christ, everything is freezing again. I don't know if Honkai Star is closed or... Like, from everything that I have open right now, Honkai Star is the biggest problem. I will lose my shit in a second! I'm really getting angry here. Not only the game froze and there's only sound. I wanted to post the message, and it also froze. Like the entire browser froze. And I don't know what is happening to OBS right now, because I can't see it. I feel like I will have to close again. I thought that I only had issues with Dragon Age the Veilguard. But recently I noticed that I also have issues with Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. I don't even know if the stream is going because everything froze. Maybe I should have started by a computer. Was my first plan. Then everything froze last time. I tried to open the device manager and it also didn't do it. How will we close the screen? At this point it looks like the Honkai Star is responsible for everything. So OBS though, great. Oh, manager! Device manager! Decided to appear! Navigate. Goodbye, girl. Like, everything is not responding. Honkai Star is not responding. OBS is not responding. Device manager is not responding. I am laughing through tears. And I try to close this screen with Honkai Star, but it doesn't want to close. Like, completely stop listening to me. Wow, magic. Device manager started working a bit, but it doesn't show the game on the list of the applications that are running, which is weird because I can see it open and I can hear music. Oh yeah. Obvious, other page, extra, what's the matter? What's happening to this entire device? Because the sound starts exploding. I can still see the game open. Because this is a disaster. Oh, finally I can see Saria. I could close it. Cool. Why are you so useless? Why is browser still frozen? Why did everything freeze? Unfreeze right now. That was an order. Why do I always have to pass it? I don't deserve. Also, you know what? From all of the browsers I am using on Microsoft, I use Edge for when I am on Steam, and from all of the browsers I have, Edge is the most popular one. Every time I open it, I know I'll have to wait ages before it opens. I'll have to wait ages before I can even click one of the cards that it opens. And that it can potentially crash everything else. Give me a second, but now became totally white and waiting for it to open my screen again. I'll open the game. I think the focus is message. Close it and second text. Hey, where's my message? Did you just delete my message? Or did you post it? literally an hour of issue. Like I had issues for the entire hour. And I didn't do anything. I only opened the game. I have barely anything running. I'm starting to think that it's Toyo versus problem, not mine. Maybe I should just uninstall and reinstall every single game. Usually it helps. Yesterday it was not so bad. It was not that bad. Yesterday there were some things, not like it bad. I am an IT. I should be able to fix it. Will it work this time? Give me my Himeko! I hate it here. Why it happens to me?
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
Don't worry. I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind the curtains from here and believing it to be the morning star guiding me toward the land of the dreams. When I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak family, I finally learned that the light was actually a Stellaron.
Ooh.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what are you planning to do?
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final moments, they invariably raise their hands, stretching their arms into the emptiness. Much like how babies also stretch their arms into the air when they are first born. Humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey. Once when they are born, and once when they die. In order to flap my own wings and soar again. I will say goodbye. Here. To the me of yesterday. I really hate this face. My expressions feel so dull and lifeless.
I see. That explains why something always felt off about your appearance. The halo above your head that symbolizes the harmony, it's been missing since the moment we reunited.
Yeah. I just
It's
noticed.
true that this ring was bestowed upon our people by the heavens. But that doesn't mean it can't be thrown away.
What do you mean the heaven?
While I was in the gallery of thoughts, at the entrance of the dream, I chose to completely sever the halo from myself.
Why?
I am a fugitive, after all. I must remove any chance of being detected by the family. Another reason is to feel pain. A pain like falling from the sky with broken wings that can keep me awake.
Are you a fallen angel now? Are you Lucifer?
This is how I can cast aside all the blessings of the harmony and the order and, for the first time in my life, enter the sweet dream as an ordinary person.
Is that also how Mr. 1 Week came into this world?
No. You wouldn't believe the real story even if he told you. He was born from an accident. One that you're actually quite familiar with.
Wow.
It was that try not to laugh challenge. Quite embarrassing, to be honest.
What?
I was roaming around as an ordinary person when I unfortunately fell into that Pepeshi's trap. The prank that fragmented Miss Ting-Yun also divided my fragile self into two.
Are you saying that he's a part of you? That's quite surprising given that you two look nothing alike.
You could say he's another possibility of me. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Over time, those childhood voices grew increasingly faint. Maybe if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly like him. What a pity. Failing to become a better version of yourself. So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Ting-Yun. I will perform a tuning on myself and return to my complete form. And this also means that 1 week will vanish for good. That's why I said this was the last stop. Is there a possibility that you will be the one who disappears? No. This is a foregone conclusion.
Okay. Why are you bleaching right now? Bleaching. Don't deserve this. Can I play a game in peace? I again got the prompt.
God, who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down, I'm also anticipating this possibility.
I got the prompt from Windows again that everything froze. What? My connection is broken. Is this my game on my computer? It's going to kick me out. Internet is fine, I'm sure of it.
I know you can hide your appearance, but trespassing on restricted family grounds is still a bold move.
It got refreshed.
Don't worry, I won't take too much time. I was a child when I first visited the Grand Theater. I remember seeing the light behind me when I returned here many years later as the head of the Oak.
Now that you've returned to the stage, what do you...
Prepare for my departure. I've always believed that a person's starting point should also be his last stop. Have you ever seen the elderly at the end of their lives? As they welcome their final humanity flaps their wings twice as they complete their journey.
Skip to the moment I was in!
Here, to the me of yesterday.
I hate this game sometimes.
I really hate this face.
I see. That the halo above your head.
It's true that this ring was while I was in the gallery.
Why?
I am a fugitive. This is how I can cast it.
Is that also...
No. He was born... It was that I was roaming around as...
Are you saying that he's a part of you?
You could say he's another possibility of me. I too was once a child, with aspirations buried deep within. Over time, those childhood voices grew increasingly faint. Maybe, if I had made a small change in my childhood, I would have turned out to be exactly like him. What a pity. Failing to become a better version of yourself. So, my final farewell will be like that of Miss Ting-Yun. I will perform a tuning on myself, and return to my complete form. And this also means that 1 week will... Is there a possibility that... No. This is a foregone conclusion. But who's to say there won't be any changes? Maybe deep down, I'm also anticipating this possibility.
I am thinking of writing a complaint. However, I think their game is broken.
Regardless of the outcome, you will have a witness.
Okay.
I'll be waiting for you in the audience.
Much appreciated. Now, shall we begin? anticipating this possibility. You've really changed. In the past, you wouldn't have tolerated any noise at all. I'm about to embark on an unknown journey where it will be impossible to maintain my orderly life. I will have to navigate unexpected surprises, much like today. You're not ready at all, are you? I feel unsettled, maybe even scared. Ever since I left Penacony, I could no longer control everything.
It bothers me how laggy it is. It never happened before. That I lost praying during casting. And OBS is also showing errors. Okay, this is impossible. I am officially pissed.